What's good, people? Today we're doing a call-in show on EGTV. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to get part, just the link is in the description right now, and the link is in the comment section. So come join. Actually, the link is only in the comment section. So if you want to come join, it's the pinned message. Just join from there. And don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get the show started on EGTV. As you guys know, we're gonna go over the Arsenal transfer news and whatever topic you want to discuss. You can come on and you can ask that question. But yeah, let's get started. Bang. Yo, what's going on, people? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again. Sorry if I'm yelling in your ear. Big up to the people in the comment section. Do me a favor, hit that like button and let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section. Get Arsenal's #1 fan league gunner on Egal fan TV ASAP. You know what? I don't know if that will be arranged, but yeah, Lee's cool, man. Let him do his thing, man. I would rather keep it about football than ever get personal with anybody. So I'm cool with Lee now. When it comes to Lenny saying, my brother Egal, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button to the legend. Big up to you, my guy. We got Ali in the house saying, big up Egal, score prediction for tonight. You know what? I think Liverpool's gonna win. I think it's gonna be like a 2 or 3-1 to Liverpool. I think you know what? Villarreal might get on the goal sheet, but I really do think this is Liverpool's Champions League to win. Liverpool are most likely going to win the Champions League, in my opinion, if you ask me. Jesus is our player. Daniel, they're saying, you know what? Jesus is a Man City player. You don't want him to leave. I see. We got Trinidad Love saying, bro, I'm a United fan. Love the rivals between our rivalry between our club. You know what? I think the Arsenal Manchester United rivalry is like one of the most amazing rivalries because, like, even though we're not good, we still have so much animosity between each other. And the game, when I was there, it was amazing. Honestly, you guys needed to check out the match vlog for that game. That game was intense. There was a lot of fans cheering back and forth. The game was very you could tell that Arsenal players wanted to win it, and Manchester United players were really getting stuck in there. Blaze in the house, big up Blaze doing his thing. Do me a favor, guys, hit those like buttons. Let me as we go along, keep hitting those like buttons. Gets more people involved in the show. Gets more people involved as we go. We got Diego. Okay, we got Diego in the house. Are you still doing TikTok videos? Yes, I am doing TikTok videos. Have you guys not seen my TikTok? Yo, my TikTok's bumping, you know. Yo, I don't know why I'm talking like that. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen my TikTok's actually pretty lit. My TikTok is actually pretty lit. I have, let me just show you guys right here. Let me show you guys my TikTok. I got a TikTok, and I've had a TikTok for a while now. So this is my TikTok, right? As you can see, I got some stuff where I'm doing videos on other teams' games also. So I'm doing stuff on Manchester United, Real Madrid. I'm bantering other Manchester United fans. I'm doing stuff on what's going on. I do stuff like this also, where I ask questions. I'm explaining things. I got a Bukayo Saka video right there. Obviously, Thomas Partey's back fit. I got unpopular opinion questions. I got all sorts of stuff that I'm doing on TikTok. If you guys want to check it out, you can always check out my TikTok. My TikTok name is right there. It's Egal Omar, or you can just search in EGTV and you should be able to find me on TikTok. Also, if you guys want to find me on Twitter, my Twitter is bumping too, you know. My Twitter is bumping too. My Twitter, I've been on Twitter for a while. If you guys don't know, I've been on Twitter for like 10 years. I didn't really get into Twitter too much until I started doing the football Twitter thing more. So let me show you guys a little bit about Twitter. Here's my Twitter. Right. Oh, let me just hide that. Here's my Twitter. I recently had a tweet like 24 hours ago where I was saying I personally struggle to see how Arsenal fans are still Arteta out at this moment in time. So if you're Arteta out, let me know why. Let me know in the comment section why you're Arteta out. But yeah, this is my Twitter. I recently just got past 4K. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that would be great also. And we just heard about the news about Saliba. So I did a video on Saliba. This was the video on Saliba that I tweeted out, where Saliba's talking about he's talking about how his dream has always been to play for Arsenal. So yeah, where he talks about big dream, big.
Reality.
There you go. There you go. Big dream become reality. There you go. But yeah, Benzema or Peak Suarez. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Peak Suarez was different animal. Benzema's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Benzema is way, way better than majority strikers. But Peak Suarez, different animal. Yo, Kossi, my guy, come on stream, bro. If you're free for a couple minutes, I'd love to hear your take on what's going on. I know you were Arteta out at one point. You might be Arteta in now. I don't know. Let me know. Come on. Let's have a conversation. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing amazing, bro. And I seen you doing your thing. I seen you. You need to get on TikTok, bro. TikTok's doing amazing. But first things first, we got the West Ham fan here, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who always comes on here to challenge me, Tommy. Good day, Tommy.
How you doing, buddy? You alright? How you doing? You alright?
What an entrance. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I was getting ready, it's like WWE or something. I was getting ready. I was getting all fussed. You know what I mean? But no, it's good. Good seeing you. Alright? How you been, though? Alright?
I'm good, man. Let's get into it, Tommy. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Nothing. I've just been watching the football. I watched the Man City game, which was good. Really enjoyable, that game. Benzema, mate, what a player. He definitely should get the Ballon d'Or, 100%.
You know what? Since we have you here, our next game is against West Ham.
Yeah, that's why I come on, innit?
Perfect timing to get to talk to you about this game. So, yeah. What is your injury list at right now? Because if I'm not mistaken, West Ham and Arsenal, even though it's at West Ham, you guys are not going to be playing anywhere near a full strength team. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we had trying to think who's out. So we were injured last match. We've got quite a few injuries, really. I think we've got Dawson suspended, and obviously Kufal might be out. We've got Johnson's in.
Do you want me to tell you the list? Because
the
list is long. Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
So you currently have Issa Diop, Kurt Zuma, and Akbana out, right? And in the Premier League, you recently had another gentleman get a red card, and so you have 4 of your center backs out. So you have Dawson, you have Kurt Zuma, you have Issa Diop, and Akbana. All 4 of them are out. Plus, you have another 3 players out for injury or suspension. So you have a total of 7 players possibly missing for that game. You will not have any fit center backs to face Arsenal.
Looking great, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's a typical London derby where West Ham are going in as the underdogs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but obviously ever since I'm nervous. I'm always nervous playing Arsenal because I'm always nervous playing Arsenal because you don't know who's going to turn up.
Let me ask you this: Are you more focused against Frankfurt in the Europa League, and you don't care if you lose to Arsenal?
No, obviously I'm going to the game tomorrow. I'm going to the game. Luckily, I've been to the last 3 games that we've been at London Stadium for Europe. So I went to the Seville one, Lyon one, which is that was unbelievable. And then obviously I'm going tomorrow as well. But yeah, but obviously I still want to beat Arsenal. You know, it's a London derby. Of course I want to still beat Arsenal, but I'm not expecting it. No, of course not, because we've got so many injuries. Even though I don't want to use excuse, but obviously with our squad, our squad's thin anyway. Like it's paper thin.
Okay, so before we get onto the Arsenal game, what's your expectations for the Frankfurt game? Because in my opinion, I think it's going to be a goal-scoring draw. I think Frankfurt's really good. Don't underestimate the fact that they don't underestimate them, because in Europe,
they scored 3 at Barcelona. They scored 3 away at Barcelona.
Yeah, they really did good at Barcelona, and they're going to bring a lot of people over to the London Stadium. What is it, tomorrow? So you're going to have a lot of people showing up to the London Stadium. They take over cities when they come over.
Yeah, no, especially
expect Frankfurt to be busy, but I think it's going to be like a 2-2 draw. What are you saying?
I think it's going to be high scoring as well, because if you can't be a bad team, even though they ain't the best Barcelona side, you've got to still have the guts to go to Barcelona and score 3. You know, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you've got a bit about them. But yeah, I would love a 3-2 and take a go up, or I know, because we ain't going to keep a clean sheet, no chance.
Okay, so, and to be fair, are you more focused on the Europa League than the league? That's what I was asking. So the Arsenal game, you're going to heavily rotate in that Arsenal game. Am I wrong?
Yeah, we'll heavily rotate. I reckon Yarmolenko will start up front. I reckon Ben Rama will play. I reckon. I'm trying to think.
So you're not going to play Bowen. You're not going to play your best strike.
No,
team.
probably not. No, I
Okay.
reckon not, because against Chelsea he played Yama, played Ben Rama. He played like a team like that, so I reckon he'll go weak strength as well, which I think he should because we're in the semi-final. Like, when we were going to be that again, like probably not in
Do
my
you think?
lifetime.
Do you think if we beat you, we might be able to qualify for Champions League football?
Well, I don't know. It's tight. It's so tight because I think I think with you and Tottenham, you're both unpredictable at the minute. Like, I don't know whether Tottenham losing their 2 games, they've now dropped points. Not at right time, but I
Let
feel
me
like
show you. Let me show you. So right now, with us facing you and Tottenham
mm,
facing Leicester, we're facing two teams that are in Europe and have their focuses elsewhere. Where
yeah,
we are currently 3 points ahead of we're 2 points ahead of Tottenham. If we win our next 2 games, we will go into that North London Derby game with 5 points ahead of
yeah.
Tottenham if they lose to Liverpool. But that would mean we'd have to beat you. So if we beat you and Leeds, don't you think it's guaranteed that we could possibly like get into it now?
I think yeah, but as I said, it's these two sides have been so unpredictable this season. Like, as well as like you go on your runs, you can slip up against the game. You should be like us. Like, you should definitely be beating us. But then you could drop points. Like, you've dropped points against Brighton, Palace, Southampton. So I'll just keep your feet on the ground and see what happens. Really, but you can
Okay.
never write off Tottenham because they could go up against the Liverpool team. Like, they've already beat City twice this season, so there's not a doubt they could go beat Liverpool. As much as Liverpool are great, do you know how Tottenham are on the counter attack? They're unbelievable.
Yeah, I hear that. Arsenal only need an owner to spend. We can compete for what? Compete for the league, fam. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the City Madrid game yesterday was amazing. Yeah, definitely watch that. Yo, you can hop on whenever you want, bro. Just jump on right now, Ben. If you want to jump on, the link is in the
Smash up the
chat.
likes, people. Smash up the
Yeah,
likes.
hit that
Share,
like button
subscribe.
also. Don't forget to hit that like button. Right now, we're currently on 16 likes, so that's really good. Oh, it's just jumped up to 18 likes. Really do appreciate it. Okay, bro. Just before you go, Tom, give me your predictions for the Arsenal West Ham game.
3-0 Arsenal.
Really?
Three. Yeah, I'm not confident at all. I feel like you'll just. I think we'll be knackered from the Thursday because you're not. We're like we'll put everything into that game, and I feel like you'll rip us, especially with your Sackers and your Smith Rowes. I reckon you could just go, especially because we won't have any defenders. Even though I do, if we play a back five, as much as I'm scared, if you think about it, Ben Johnson, Cresswell at centre back actually suits him in the back five because against
Mm,
Chelsea, if we have one centre back, I don't know
yeah,
who will play there. They actually do well because they watch the runners. So I don't
yeah.
know, but I reckon you're going to absolutely tear us a new one if I'm honest.
No worries, bro. No worries. Thank you for
Nice
coming
speaking to
on,
you.
Tom.
Keep well,
Big up
brother.
to you.
Big
It's
up the
it's
chat as
nice to
well.
see you happy. Hopefully, you guys do win
You
the
too,
Europa
buddy.
League, because then
I
we'll
hope
have
so,
five
God.
teams in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Right?
me and you in the final, yeah?
There you
Final next
go.
year. Big up
There
the
you go.
chat.
West Ham and Arsenal in the Champions League final
Yeah.
2023. That would be great.
Have a good day,
Anyways,
buddy.
bro, big up to you, Tom. Thank you for coming on. Big up, Tom, guys. Big up, Tom. Everyone give him a round of applause in the comment section. And we're going to have somebody coming up next. Sean is going to be coming up next. Big up, Sean, in the chat. Sean, you're going to be coming up next in a second. Just Ram, I see Ram in the chat. Ram, jump on in if you want to jump on. Skills, big up. Anyone who wants to jump in, jump in. Newcastle have to be a banana skin game, definitely. Tom is a great supporter, definitely is. Wesley Fofana, Wesley Fofana is a baller. Madison or Odegaard? In my opinion, I prefer Odegaard, but Madison is really good. I really did get a bunch of humble pie when we signed Madison. But yo, Sean, how are you doing, Sean? How are you?
Oh,
It's been a
good.
while.
You?
It's been a long time, man. I've been trying to get you on. You've been asking to come on a lot, but
Oh,
like, I'm sorry I
yeah.
couldn't get you on more often. But you know how it is, man, Sean. When we have the closed shows, I can't get you on. But how are you feeling
Yeah.
about Arsenal, Sean?
Oh, well. We've beat Chelsea 4-2 away and beat Man United 3-1.
There you go. And are you excited for the future?
Yeah, you?
I am very excited, Sean. And everyone in the comment section, show a big applause to Sean. Big up Sean
Yeah.
right now. Big up Sean right now. Sean, what do you think is going to happen in our next game versus West Ham?
Oh, 3 points in this.
in the bag. Okay. Big up, Sean, man. Big up,
Yeah.
Sean. Thank you for coming through, Sean. You're always the best. Really do appreciate you coming on. You're the man, bro. Have yourself a good one, and
See
hopefully
ya.
you're good. Okay, we got Saracen in the house also. Saracen, hit that like button, bro. And if you want to jump on, you can jump on. We got Aslan coming on next. Aslan's gonna come on next, and we're gonna have to ask him about what he thinks about the manager. Ooh, let's see what he says there. We got some people saying 3-1 Arsenal. We got some people saying 2-1 Arsenal. We got some people saying, Egal, I saw you asking Lee about Odegaard and Bruno. The reason why I was asking him, I wanted to see what his take was. I genuinely remember him calling Bruno, bigging up Bruno over Odegaard, and also putting down Odegaard in the past. So I just wanted to know what his take is and if it's changed. I'm trying to keep the conversation about football. I'm not trying to draw anybody out here or anything like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, Aslan, for some reason your connection's not, the device is not connected. Okay, now it's connected. How are you doing, Aslan? What's up, bro?
Yo, you go. I'm good, bro. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm just doing a call-in show today. I'm like, you know what? Let me get some of the people on. Let me get some of the regulars on. And like, you know, you've been one of the main co-hosts sometimes whenever I've been doing shows. So how you been?
Yeah, I've been well, man. Can't complain. Everything's well, man. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with you, and I'm gonna ask you some simple questions. Okay, simple questions. I want to see what your takes on them are. Aslan,
Yeah, no problem. So I'm in the hot seat, yeah? Fire away,
yeah,
no problem.
you're in the hot seat. It's time to put Aslan in the hot seat and to see what he has to say. So, people in the comment section, fire away, submit your questions. Let's put Aslan on the hot seat. Aslan, do you trust in Mikel Arteta?
Simply no.
Okay.
You know, I mean, look, you know my stance. People who've, you know, been a part of your streams, regulars tuned in the chat box knows my stance with the manager. But look, at the end of the day, I try to be as fair and as balanced as I possibly can. Yes, throughout the course of this season, you know, I have criticised him when need be, but at the same time, when he has done well, you know, when he has got the team selection, the tactics, and the results right, I've praised Arteta, his coaching staff, and the players as well. So, yeah, I mean, look, as of right now, he's doing a good job. You know, him, his coaching staff, and the players. We're still in the mix, in the race for the top four. We're in a solid position. You know, 2 back-to-back wins from those 3 back-to-back losses. So look, you know, we've built up some momentum against 2 strong oppositions. Yes, obviously, you know, we're above United, and United are having a horrific season. But come on, let's be honest. Whenever that fixture comes about, it's always a tough game. So look, you know, we've gotten 2 great results. We're in pole position, and hopefully, you know, on the weekend against West Ham, we can capitalize on that even further. So, yeah, I mean, look, my stance on Arteta, I mean, obviously, look, I'm Arteta out, but for a while now, I haven't been barking Arteta out. Even, you know, when we faced those 3 defeats, you know, to Palace, Southampton, and Brighton. For me, look, even if I wanted to, at that moment in time, this ownership would have never pulled the trigger on Arteta anyway. So it's just wasted energy, wasted breath. And ultimately, look, we're just going to have to wait and see these final 5 fixtures remaining, and then come at the end of the season, make that judgment. But for me, Egal, honestly, if he does get top 4, which is what our objective was from the start of the season, I feel, you know, he has earned that right to stay on as a manager. Possibly,
I'm gonna get you on next, Ben.
Yeah, possibly get that contract extension and backed the same way he was backed last summer, especially when we gave the January window a pass, you know? So, yeah, look, hopefully, I mean, because look, at the end of the day, I'm an Arsenal fan, like yourselves, like yourself, and many others in the chat right now. Bro, I want our team to get back where we once were. And obviously this season, it's small steps, one step at a time. And as long as we hit our objective, hit our target in getting back into that Champions League spot, who am I to moan and complain,
Boom. Okay. Just so let's get Ben. Ben, I need to ask you the same question. Mikel Arteta, what are you saying?
I think at the moment I ain't got no complaints with him at the moment this season. If you ask anybody at the beginning of the season, do you think we'd have been in 4th place by now? They'd probably said no. So he's overachieved. He is achieving more than what we thought he'd be doing. So I think he's doing good, and I think he's got best interest at the club. Whether he's the right manager to take us from where we are now to where we want to be is another question. I think I heard another YouTuber saying Arteta doesn't have to be the one that gets us to the league title or to Challenge League. He just has to get us to a certain place. I think a lot of people are expecting us to go from here right to the top straight away.
You want to know something?
And I listening to Lee Gunner on the terrace, and he's disappointed that we're in 4th place. But what does he? How does he expect us to get to where Liverpool are and City are? There's got to be steps in between, and I think at the moment Arteta's that one of them steps. But if he's the one that's the next one up, then it's another question, isn't it?
You know something? I'm sorry to cut you off numerous times trying to get involved in the conversation, but I'm just going to tell you this. When it comes to other fans, I personally understand why they are Arteta out, in the sense why they are, but I struggle to understand why they are so strong on their point of being Arteta out still, even though they're seeing somewhat improvements and everything else. Like, you can be Arteta out, no problem. You can want the manager gone in the long run. There's no problem. Aslan, what he said is perfect. Like, you're not going to be barking and yelling and screaming and saying, I want him out, even though we're winning games. You could say, I don't think he's going to get us to where we want to go. That's not an issue. You could say, I think we're going to need another manager to get us over the hump and get a league title or a Champions League. But for where we are right now, to say, oh, even if he gets top 4, sack him. Even if he's doing well, sack him. Even everything else. It gets to a point where I question why you still want him gone and who would you'd want to replace with him. Because do you trust the people behind Mikel Arteta to get it right, to get the next appointment correct? Like, this is a question to you. Yeah. Is this a question to you, Aslan? If Mikel Arteta was sacked tomorrow, even if we got Champions League football, do you trust the Kroenkes and the board to get the next appointment correct?
100% no, and that's why we've held many conversations on streams and on spaces ago, and I've said, if you were to give me 2 options, option A, sack Arteta, or sack someone above him in the hierarchy upstairs, out of Vinay or Edu, I would go with option B. Because for me, Egal, when you've got a group of 3 men as a collective who are inexperienced as one another, pretty much learning on the job as they go, for me, that's an equation which equals to a recipe for disaster. I would be much more enthusiastic where, like, someone like a Luis Campos, for an example, to be in, say, Edu's shoes or Edu's position, someone of that experience with a list of contacts that he has, the talent ID that he has, which can benefit Arteta and work alongside him. I think that would be hugely beneficial. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the matter on there. So yeah, I mean, Arteta, for me, look, we all know he was a rookie when he first was appointed. He's a novice. He's learning on the job. Everything is new for him as an experience, whether it's good or bad. But one thing he has shown me, and this is why I give credit to him, is, when his back is up against the wall, he is willing to change. Now,
Okay. Oh, we lost you there, Aslan.
when the season comes to, I hope he review it. I'll just finish it on this. I hope he does review it, and then going into next season, where he doesn't be as stubborn, and he can show us that he's adaptable, which he has proven this season, but at a quicker rate, at a faster
Okay,
rate. So
let me just answer this question before we involve the next person in. I really do rate this question. Thank you for asking this question. This is a really good question. Egal, what is your expectations for next season? If we get top 4, what is your expectations for next season? So if you don't know, I do Twitter Spaces, right? And I've done a Twitter Space on this exact topic, literally like a couple weeks ago. And this was when we were in a strong position and it looked like top 4 was almost guaranteed, right? So my expectations for next season is solidify top 4, get at least round of 16s of the Champions League minimum, and try to win one of the 2 cups. So hypothetically, if we get into the final of the League Cup or FA Cup, and or at least the later stages of those cup competitions, so minimum semi-finals or finals for cup competitions, FA Cup or League Cup, Champions League, get out of the group stage and going into a round of 16, gradual improvement there. And for top 4, I think top 4 next season will be easier. That's my unpopular opinion. I think next season top 4 will be easier. I think Chelsea will fall down. I think Manchester United will still be rebuilding. I think Tottenham will still be trying to get up there. And with 2 spots available and 3 to 7 teams possibly going for those 2 spots, we have a better chance of getting into top 4 next season than we do this season, where Chelsea have been solidified 3rd. So in my opinion, that's what my expectations are for next season. And let's bring Saracen in. Saracen, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Let's tell the people, hit that like button right now, guys. If you're enjoying the
Hit the like
content,
button.
if you want to get involved, you can get involved by asking your questions, and we can get your questions across. This is kind of just a transfer news show where we talk about transfers near the end, but right now we just try to get engagement with you guys as much as possible. Saracen, last time we spoke about a lot of transfers, but today there's been a link to Ivan Toney. I don't know, have you seen it?
I've read it. I've just briefly skimmed it. I mean, we were talking about that last time. I think Ivan Toney would be a brilliant signing for us. Won't break the bank. Got aerial
50 million
ability.
though. Would you be
finish.
willing to buy him for 50 million?
I think 50 million is a bit steep. I'd rather take Jesus for 30 first, and then see what we've got left over, and I'm sure we can do some good business. I think 50 is a bit heavy.
We're gonna get into Jesus in a second, but Aslan, what about you? Would you take Ivan Toney, and 50 million? Is that too much money for you?
Yeah, I think the price tag is definitely a concern, especially when there's other alternatives or options out there that are rumored with the prices. I don't know, like with an extra 20 or 30 on top, you can get players who have probably a brighter or a higher ceiling. But again, I mean, look, if you were to say to me, we get Gabriel Jesus, which I know we're going to touch on in a bit, but cover all the other options, like all the other key areas that we need addressing. But again, Ivan Toney, I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, like if that was a guarantee, if that was in the fine print, you know. But yeah, I mean, as of now, I mean, I think Ivan Toney would be my, I don't know, option 5, to be honest with you. I do believe there are better strikers out there than Ivan Toney.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
What's your objection to Ivan Toney? What if Ivan Toney had a slightly more unusual name? I don't know. You know, was he called Ronaldo or a better foreign name? He wasn't playing for Brentford and he was playing for a French team. Because how much is Isaac? How much is Isaac? Was it? How much is Isaac?
Isaac is going to cost.
What is Isaac? Is it Isaac? Do you know the Swede that's at the moment in Spain? What has he done in a weaker league than what Ivan Toney's done? Ivan Toney this season has been in Brentford team. They've just got newly promoted. He doesn't just score goals. He helps the other team. He makes the other team players around him better. Am I saying he's the answer? No, I don't know. But what people are objecting to is because he's called Ivan Toney and he plays for Brentford.
Yeah.
If he wasn't playing for Brentford and was playing for Lille, you know what? You know the lad, is it David or whatever it is at Lille?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's wanting to him. What has he done there in a much? You know, the French league is compared to the Premier League, and I'm sure everyone will agree with me, is rubbish. You know, it's not a patch on the English league. The physicality, Ivan Toney. It could be that it's his first season, and obviously, you know, defenders haven't quite worked him out. It does happen a lot of the time. I think, you know, first season syndrome type thing. You know, a lot with teams. The second season, I'd probably like to see him another season. But if we did get him, if you see in the middle of the season, he had a bit of a drop off. But then when he got a quality midfielder next to him with Eriksen, he's got better. So we've got them quality players that he can play with. I'm not saying he's going to be the main answer, but if you've got him, he'll score you 15 goals a season. If you've got Jesus, he'll score you 15 goals a season. So you've got two players that are scoring you 15 goals a season. That's 30 goals, right? You've got Smith Rowe, who's probably going to add another 10. You know, Saka could add 10. You know, how many is Martinelli going to get? And if we could get another 10 from midfield, that is a long way. That is a long way to go into top 4 again, and that's our aim for next season. If anyone thinks we're going to be challenging for a title, we might be able to get an FA Cup here or there, but
let me just read some of these questions, these comments quickly. Nunez and Jesus, that's what one person says here. Ivan Toney will get a lot of work rate. You'll definitely get a lot of work rate. We're going to get into all the comments. Just 1 second. I disagree, Egal. I think next season will be harder, obviously with Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, and Conte, and Ten Hag. You know what? If we're just ranking teams by just their manager, then how did Hansi Flick win the treble with thing? I know he's a good manager. I know he's a highly rated manager, but he's not on the same level as some of these guys that we're naming when it comes to Pep and Klopp and stuff, right? Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe
are there many managers on their level? You know,
yeah, like
there's not many managers on their level. You know
what it is? People have now turned this thing into football where if you have a top manager, you're the best team in the world. Where I really do believe the quality of your team and the cohesiveness of your team really balances stuff out. We have a Saeed here. Saeed, what's good? Bro, if you want to turn your camera off, you can just turn your camera off, and whenever you're ready, I'll add you back.
Can I ask a question to Ben?
Just one moment, bro. Just one moment. Just before you ask the question, let me just get into this Richarlison rumor. So if everyone doesn't know, yes, Arsenal were linked to Richarlison yesterday, as reported by Give Me Sport and one of their current employees at Give Me Sport. This was actually reported originally on the Football Terrace from Terry and the crew. They reported that Richarlison is linked to Arsenal, and Arsenal could be looking at Richarlison as a possible option. In my opinion, keep Richarlison as far away from the Emirates as possible. He is a bad egg, in my opinion. He's a player who's all style, no substance. He does not add any quality into the final third. He does everything else, but when it's in the final third, he's not productive. I don't view him as somebody who's going to add anything to our game. We have a better version of Richarlison, younger and more potential in Martinelli. We don't need to stunt his growth. If we're going to sign a player, I'd rather go for somebody who's better than Richarlison. That's just my opinion. But yeah, go ahead, bro. What was your question?
I think most of us will agree that we'd want Toney, yeah? I think we all like Toney. But the question is, do you think he's worth 50 million at this point as well? And just before you answer that...
Sorry, bro. There's too much feedback on your mic. I get what you're saying, though. You're asking if 50 million is too much money for Ivan Toney.
Is that any better, huh?
No, just try disconnecting and reconnecting.
Cool.
Okay, but yeah, I kind of get your question. I think he's more or less asking about is 50 million too steep for Ivan Toney? But you know what? Let's just park that first. I know it's not our money.
It doesn't matter how much money whether we spend 50 million, as long as we can get the positions that we need to get as well as him. Because if you think about it, 50 million, it sounds like a lot of money, but for an English player that's playing in the Premier League, that's what you're paying for them. You're not paying much less than that. That's how much players are these days. They're not.
Big up,
You know,
Ben. Let me just stop you there, bro. Let me just introduce Harry. Harry, welcome to the channel, bro. How you been? It's been a while. Big up to everyone. Mr. Bungle in the chat saying big up. We got Games FC saying big up. Yeah, man, Harry, it's been a while. Hit that like button, guys, for Harry, and give him a round of applause. He hasn't been on the while. A while. We need to show him some love. Harry, man, thank you for always hooking me up with the tickets, bro. Really do appreciate you. You always looking out for me. And tell me how you feeling about Arsenal, man.
Don't be silly. No worries. Yeah, I feel okay. I feel like we're heading towards transfer rumor season, which is always quite exciting when you hear all the players being mentioned. But obviously, we've got a big task ahead of us in terms of securing 4th place. So, really, a lot of those rumors, I think, will either ignite or die down depending where we finish, right? Because if we don't make top 4, maybe someone like Gabriel Jesus, if he goes on to just say, for example, Jesus goes on to lift the Champions League for Man City, and we don't make Champions League football, the dynamic changes, right? Suddenly he might be thinking, actually, I want to be playing Champions League football. And then someone like Ivan Toney becomes more of a realistic signing. Yeah, go on.
I want to talk about 2 things that you just mentioned. First, I want to look at the actual schedule and bring everyone involved. This is the actual remaining 5 games. As you already know, because you're going to probably be going to some of the home games. There's 2 left, and there's 3 away games. With those remaining games, we have a 2-point advantage at this moment in time. Hypothetically speaking, we could lose games, Tottenham could lose games, and we could still be in the exact same position at the end because we currently have a 2-point advantage. Do you feel like we're currently the favorites for top 4?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're the favourites because we've got more points, but it's hard to look at Spurs' games and say that apart from Liverpool away, you know, even including us at home, there's potentially, you know, 4 wins out of 4 there. Even though I rate us highly and I think we're a really good team, we know what Spurs are about, and we know that when we go to Spurs, Kane and Son turn it on, and when those 2 are on fire, it doesn't matter who they're playing against, they're almost, you know, unstoppable. So, I mean, yeah, we're favourites because we have 2 more points on them. But, I mean, Newcastle away is a really hard game. That's a game that I think is going to be a tough game on a Monday night at St James Park. And Everton at home. Like, whilst Everton are absolutely awful this season, they showed against Liverpool that they can sit deep, they can make it hard for you, and they can catch you on the counter-attack. Now, if they have to beat us to stay up, no, it's going to be a real tough game. So, I mean, listen, we're favourites, but as we've shown throughout this whole season, as Spurs have shown, we are both 2 very inconsistent teams. So, being favourites with 4 games to go almost means nothing. If we're favourites with 10 minutes to go on game 38, then I'll take it. But at the minute, you know, the margins are fine.
Big up. And just to bring Aslan and Ben in, what he said about Gabriel Jesus, if we don't get Champions League football, I really don't know if we're going to get Gabriel Jesus. He might not want to come to us, especially if his team wins the Champions League. Harry's right. But if we do get Champions League football, is Gabriel Jesus not one of the perfect players that we can bring in? Already worked with Mikel Arteta, playing in a very good technical team. His technical ability and his quality is not even questioned, in my opinion. And guys, let's be honest. Gabriel Jesus, at this moment in time, he comes into this Arsenal team. That's another quality player we can add to our team. I don't think any of us turn it down. Anybody turning down Gabriel Jesus here?
Nope.
Not one bit. I'll welcome that signing with open arms, 100%.
You want to know what happened? Since he heard he was linked to us, he scored 5 goals, 4 in one game, 1 against Real Madrid, and everybody who I've heard say I'm not sure are even saying, you know what? Let's bring him. And it's getting to the point where he needs to calm down, because if he scores more goals, he's gonna raise his transfer fee. He's literally added like 10 million more if he scores any more goals than that. But yeah,
I think he's twerking for us. I think that's what he's doing. He's just showing everyone. He wants that move, so he's showing everyone that what you're gonna get. I can't score goals. I'll show you.
He's turned into a true starter now. For this is what happens when you light fire from underneath somebody. It brings something out of them. Okay, just to let you guys know, there is some other stuff too. I want to get into this one because this is going to cause more conversation between us. William Saliba rumors have been reported that he will now be staying at Arsenal. This is great news for all of us, but I'm just going to start with Aslan because Aslan has been very cautious about the situation because we haven't been hearing too many updates. But Aslan, aren't you very relieved to hear this update now?
Egal, I mean, I don't know why you just said that. I never had a doubt in my mind, to be honest with you. I've always
Okay,
been
my
very
bad. I'm
confident.
mistaken. I'm sorry.
No, I'm messing with you. No, I mean, look, you know, last summer, I did bring up on streams and on spaces that, you know, before we let him out on loan again, why not give his contract why not give him a contract extension for him to sign and let him know that, look, you are in the club's and the manager's long-term plans, like we did with KT last summer. But look, you know, ultimately, I'm very happy that he's gone out on loan and he's having the season of his life or career at the moment. You know, at his tender age. You know, he's only just recently turned 21 in the last month or two. And, you know, that's only going to be beneficial for us. And look, it's common knowledge that William Saliba is an Arsenal fan since knee high. So for him to come into the game, and look, I don't expect him to be a starter with you. Like, if anything, no player within this squad and whatever new additions we make within the summer should think that they are a starter guaranteed. Like, everyone should be uncomfortable within this squad. But obviously at the same time, I do want healthy competition. And like I said, with the season he's having, him coming in next season with 2 years remaining on the original contract that we signed him, bro, like, he's only going to give great competition to the likes of Ben White and Big Gabby, you know, Gabriel Magalhaes. And I just hope that, you know, when we go on the summer tour, we've already got 2 dates, I think, officially announced by Arsenal.com that we're going to America for pre-season. So, yeah, you know, I would love him to come and, you know, basically give a big selection headache for Arteta. But he's going to get plenty of games next season, man. Look, whether we're going to make Champions League or Europa League, there are going to be games available and minutes available for him to give Arteta that big headache. So, yeah, I mean, I just can't wait, man, for him to actually come and wear the shirt and play for us. So,
boom. Just to let you guys know, the report originally came out of what do you call it? Team something, I forget. My guy Connor on Twitter, he's a journalist. He reported on it today. Let me just get the article. So Connor, it's team talk. William Saliba will stay at Arsenal beyond this summer and fight for his place in the first team. That is where the report originally came from.
But Egal, sorry, but I think there was another quote that was tweeted out from his agent as well. Do you know about that? Or
yes, that report was from another journalist saying his agent and the team will evaluate what's going on in the summer, and they're kind of unsure on the status and situation of the situation. But right now, it's mixed reports. But in my opinion, this is what it is. It's fear mongering from the agent side to try to get the deal done, a new contract or something like that, try to get more money. And from the Arsenal side of things, it's you are our player. We are in the place of negotiation and we control your destiny. Unless an offer comes in for 80 to 100 million, we're not selling him. Listen, Leicester were offered 50 million for Fofana. They turned it down. They said, give us 100 or 120 million, and he's not going nowhere. Do you think anyone's going to come for Fofana for 120 million? I don't think so. So at this moment in time, you do the same thing with Saliba. 2 years left on his deal, minimum 80 to 100 million, or else you're not having him. That's my opinion. But go ahead, Ben. You're gonna say I'm gonna go to Saracen after you. Go ahead, Ben.
I say, Man U were quite good at overpaying for defenders, so they might buy him for 100 million. Like,
I don't think so.
I think the Saliba thing is it's just it's an easy story for journalists to do, isn't it? You know, Arsenal's got one of the biggest social media platforms out there, especially because of a certain AFTV and stuff like that. So it's an easy one for anyone to do, isn't it? And, you know, if you notice that when we're losing, there's always a story. When we're on a bit of a bad run, there's always a story that Saliba doesn't want to come and then we're doing slightly better. Oh, he does want to come. Because that's how it is, isn't it? It's personally,
it's fear-mongering.
If he comes in, he's going to come in and he's got to fight for his place. Because personally, I think Ben White's fantastic. He's one of my favourite players this season. I think He's underrated by a lot of players, by a lot of people, and I think he's very good, and I think he's only going to get better.
Okay. Let me just stop you there. I need to tell people, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. We got 56 people in the chat and we only have 30 something likes. So you guys can do a lot better than that. Hit that like button right now. I told you Saliba was going to stay in spaces on multiple occasions. Oh, that Newcastle game was Monday Juju written all over it. Definitely does. Go ahead, Saracen. You're going to say something about Saliba.
Yeah, I agree with Ben. I'm a big fan of Ben White. I think we've got a good partnership. I know Ben White hasn't perhaps looked brilliant in the last couple of games, but according to Arteta, he has been injured and he's kind of soldiered it through. So you have to factor that in. With the Saliba, I think it's important to take a step back as well. And really look at why we didn't really give Saliba a chance this year. I think he had a couple of close family deaths or something like that. Is that, I can recall something along the line. Is that right? Do you remember?
He lost his mother and father, I think, before he joined Arsenal. So
and that's big, man, and that's big. And you know, when your heart and your mind is on something like that, it's very, very hard to concentrate on football. So I think that's a very, very important point. And Arteta, as a manager, has to assess players' mental well-being and you know where their headspace is. Then we also had cliques at the time. So when Arteta took over, we had like a French contingent. You had a few people that were perhaps rebellious. You know, we had the Guendouzis and whatever have you. I think there was a few of them at that time. And I think Saliba, unfortunately, was part of that crew. Well, I saw an Instagram video where I think they were kind of taking the mick out of Arteta or saying, oh, I don't know why don't give us chances, or I've been exiled or whatever have you. That's not going to bode well with the manager as well. Thirdly, there was this whole scandal, that video that came out as well, and Arsenal.
That's long gone. That's long done.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. That Arsenal would have been aware, Arteta would have been aware that was going to come up during the season. So to save Saliba in that season, because you know the fans would have given him stick and whatever have you. Those are reasons that possibly why we're sending him out on loan, and he has performed well. He has done well. He's our player. Do you know what I mean? And I agree with you. I think it's just agents kind of pandering and trying to get more money for him, or trying to engineer a move away from Arsenal. Who knows? But he has to fight for his place. You know,
Okay,
Ben White,
boom.
for me, has been excellent.
Boom. Now talking about a certain Tammy Abraham, guys. Tammy Abraham. Yes, Tammy Abraham yesterday joined a Twitter space with some of us guys as we were talking about who we're going to sign in the summer. Pretty crazy. But yeah, Aslan, you were there. Did he actually join, or was I tripping?
No, I mean, like, he wasn't a part of the actual discussions, but a close friend of his, you know, that we regular have a dialogue with on our spaces. He was just tuned in and just listening. But yeah, I mean, look, we all know Tammy Abraham. He's a
was it his official account or was it a burner?
No. A friend of his was on stage in the chat, but Tammy was just joined in listening from his friend's end. He wasn't actually in the space, like on his Twitter account or nothing like that.
Oh, okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say if he joined on his Twitter account, it would have gone like to like a ridiculous amount of people.
Yeah, it would have gone crazy.
Yeah, but yo, Tammy Abraham. Personally, I have reservations. I have a lot of reservations over Tammy Abraham, but the fact that he's already played in the Premier League, the fact that he's gotten 18 goals for Chelsea, the fact that he's improved as a player, he's gone over to Rome, worked his craft, and he would come in and he would fit that Lacazette role, but he'd also have the physicality and the height to do what Giroud was doing. I'm not saying he's as good as Giroud, but he's gotten better with his hold up play and his first touch and everything else. Is Tammy Abraham the player that I want? No. Is Tammy Abraham going to cost us a lot of money? Possibly. How much would he cost us? Minimum around 68 million, maximum around 80 to 100. Now, if it's around 80 to 100, I think that's too much money. If it's around 60 to 70, maybe. But personally, I think getting Tammy Abraham is a situation like the Lukaku situation all over again, possibly, if we don't play to his strengths. So I personally don't want Tammy Abraham. I personally just want to stay away from Tammy Abraham, but I have not seen enough improvement from him. People who are watching him week in, week out are telling me he's levels above Victor Osimhen. They're telling me he's levels above Ivan Toney. They're telling me he's levels above DCL and Darwin Nunez and all these guys. So I don't know what to do, man. I just think we need to stay away from him.
I'd rather have Darwin Nunez first and foremost. Obviously, that's the first choice. Then I'd have Tammy. I'd probably have Toney over Tammy Abraham purely because I think Tony's done outstanding this season. I think it would cost less. I just don't feel 50 million for Toney is worth it. I mean, if we could get him for 30 and we had Jesus next to him, for me, that's a good deal.
Some people said Tammy's a dead baller. Some people said Roma want 80 million for Tammy. That's laughable. Haaland from Ajax? No. Just no.
No, West Ham vibes.
Yeah.
Didn't Tammy score when he was in the Premier League? Didn't he score like
18 goals? 18 goals, yeah.
18 goals. 18 goals, not a bad return for a player that's just come up from the Championship. You know,
he's a quality
I know he's
player.
going to be a lot of money. But he's, you're going about this Nunez. Have you actually seen this Nunez play other than just a little bit in the
personally,
Portuguese
bro? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want Nunez anymore. I'm not sold on him anymore.
Why?
This is my argument earlier about Nunez and he's got the right name and he's the in player at the moment. Is he the right player? I remember when everyone we sound Pepe. Everybody wanted Pepe. And there isn't an Arsenal fan or anybody on these wings that'll tell me that they weren't excited before Pepe signed and they wanted him. And then we got him. And look what happened.
I was excited.
And that could be exactly the same with Nunez. I don't want Arsenal. If he's the right profile and he's the right thing, then get him. What people keep doing is just want the names. If he's the right profile,
I don't think it's the name.
Liverpool done. That's what Liverpool done.
Let me just stop you guys there. Let me just stop you guys there quickly because there's a lot that we have to talk about. Just to let you know. There is a couple more stories. There's two more things that we need to talk about. Did you see the bizarre interview that Odegaard had where he was talking about Haaland possible move to Man City, and he was implying that if Haaland was to come to England, he would want him to come to Arsenal, of course.
It was tongue in cheek.
I know it was tongue in cheek, but people actually took that and ran with it and started making it. Oh my God, Haaland could come to Arsenal. This could all have been a smokescreen. Oh my God, no. We're not getting Haaland. Haaland's going to Man City. He's done and dusted. Let's just not focus on that anymore. But yeah, let's bring it back. You were going to say something, Saracen?
Yeah, I was just saying. I think Nunez is the real deal. I've seen him a few times, and he's got a brilliant turn. He's brilliant in the air. He's young. He's enthusiastic. He reminds me a little bit of Suarez when he was younger, with a little bit of Cavani in there as well. I think he's not just a name. Nunez is going to be the real deal. His goal scoring is outstanding as well, albeit I know it's the Portuguese, but he's done it also in the Champions League as well. And just you can see a player when you see them and stuff, and week in, week out, he gives it 100%. I think we need a big target, man. We need Let
me tell you my concerns about Nunez. You let me know what you think. Technical ability on the ball. That is my issue. His technical ability on the ball, his touches, his first touches, his ability to link up play, his heavy touches in the box, moments where in a league where you only have like a small second. When we seen Balogun in the first game against Brentford, he took a heavy touch in the box. It could have been a goal if it was someone who's more technically skilled. Now, we cannot afford to have that situation. Even some of his best goals in the Champions League versus Barcelona, he took a heavy touch, pushed it too far past him. Somehow his heavy touch came to his benefit. He outran the opponent and kicked it near post. So, in my opinion,
of those heavy touches though that you see, I've seen the videos as well, yeah, and I know that's a criticism, but some of them are when he's
also
played
look
90
at
minutes
Saracen,
or it's 85 minutes.
Saracen, look at this. 80 million would get us Jesus and Toney combined in comparison to 80 million for Nunez.
And that leaves you another 80
midfield. Of course, if you give Toney and Jesus, I would obviously choose those two. Yeah, but I think if we're looking at elite level, this whole standards argument, oh, you Arsenal fans, you have no standards, blah, 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 blah. We hear it all the time, yeah? If we get Ivan Toney and he doesn't do well, You know the likes of Ligue 1 are going to go, oh, yeah, your standards, this is what you get, you Arsenal fan base. You want to buy cheap. Why didn't we get Haaland? Come on, man. This is what I mean.
They'll
So
do
I think
they'll do exactly the same if you get Nunez. And all they'll say is, you've just paid 80 odd, whatever million it is, for a flop.
There you
It's
go.
exactly, it doesn't matter
Regardless,
who you sign.
regardless
It's
who you sign,
unquestionable.
yeah. Let's bring Aslan in. Aslan, Egal, Spurs are going to plan to give Conte 250 million in the summer. Personally, I don't care what Spurs do. I don't think even if they give him 250 million, that squad needs a lot of investment, and they have to get the recruitment right. I don't think they can do that. But yeah, Aslan, let's bring you in. What are you saying about Nunez? You're not sold on him, or you're sold on him?
No, he's my number one choice. But ultimately, Egal, I'll be totally honest with you. If Arteta gets us that Champions League spot, we get Gabriel Jesus as our first signing to set the tone of this up and coming transfer window, and that's why I hope and I still feel confident Real Madrid are going to be able to knock out Man City next week in the second leg at the Bernabeu. I just hope Madrid go out and win the Champions League this season. But yeah, if we get Gabriel, and for me, look, we all know we're going to get rid of Pepe this summer, right? Bring in Gabriel, or Gabriel Jesus, bring in Serge Gnabry to replace Pepe, and then any other position, I'll leave it in the hands of the manager and Edu or Vinay, bro. Like, get me those two signings, and then whether it's Nunez, Osimhen, Toney, Tammy Abraham, I don't care, bro. Just get me Gabriel Jesus and Serge Gnabry, because with Serge Gnabry, there's unfinished business there, bro. And for a lad who's 26, or I believe in July he's going to turn 27, he's entering his prime. There are two players there who are instantly going to improve our squad and possibly our first team with the winning mentality that they possess, domestically and on the European front, where Gnabry has won the Champions League. That's going to raise the level of the bar of our squad, without doubt. And yeah, with the strike options, bro, look, I have my preference. It's Nunez, then Osimhen. But again, bro, get me those two signings. Whoever the striker is, I'm not going to complain, to be honest with you.
Oh, and finally, guys, let me just show you guys some stuff on Twitter. There's been some mad stuff. Oh, let me just close this. Where are we? Ooh. Nope, that is not that. Okay, this is it. Have you guys seen this? Arsenal, if you're dreading the North London derby right now, if you finish the season on the same level points, goal difference, and goal scored, you could have to play a dreaded playoff game between Tottenham for fourth place. That would mean Arsenal would have to score 3 goals versus West Ham, 3 goals versus Leeds, lose to Tottenham, draw against Newcastle, and win against Everton. They would have to win against Leicester, lose to Liverpool, beat Arsenal, win 1-0 for the last 2 games, and we'd be even on goals and even on goal difference, and we'd be even on points. That would make it a playoff necessary to figure out who finishes fourth.
Bro, someone's got a lot of time on their hands, man. Bloody hell.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro, the maths in that tweet is unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they must have studied maths or
I just said it's never going to happen.
Something.
I just said it's never going to happen. Yeah.
Bro, for me, look, I'll simply say this. We've got 5 games remaining, possible 15 points to play for, right? I believe we get at a minimum 11 points out of those 15 games. And if we get 11 points, we're in the Champions League. Is it Leicester? When we play West Ham on the weekend, do Tottenham play Leicester, yeah?
Yeah.
For me, top 4 would be confirmed when we face Tottenham at North London for the North London derby. But Tottenham, bro, they're going to get spanked when they go to Liverpool away.
Yo, Aslan, let
So
me just stop you here. Sohan says Gnabry can play left, Saka can play right for our a year. I don't know if we're gonna go for Gnabry anymore. I personally don't think we will. I think the
Egal, that
Gnabry
makes
stuff,
sense, bro.
the
Just like
Gnabry stuff has
just
slowed
like the
down.
Gabriel Jesus, just quickly, with the Gabriel Jesus, he has 1 year remaining on his contract. So if we can get him for what's being reported for around 25 to 30 million, bro, for Gnabry, he's on the same position, 1 year remaining. It's been reported that contract talks has been broken down with Bayern Munich, and bro, like I said, he's 26 currently, but by the summer he's going to be turning 27. That is a player there in his prime, and for about 30 to 40 million, we should be at the very least at the table for the discussions.
Boom.
Do you not think
Okay.
when they say contract talks have stalled, it's just like the agents just not trying to bump the money up? Because I don't trust he's going anywhere. Because I can't remember that Bayern Munich aren't a team to let a really, really good player to go like that.
Yo, guys,
On the
I'm sorry. I need to go. So I'm just gonna before I wrap it up, I'm just gonna do quick fire points. Would you ever give Xhaka the captaincy again?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Would you think Gabriel Magalhaes is not giving Nuno enough defensive cover, which is making him look bad?
No, Nuno's
No.
crap.
Okay.
I think it's the
We're
other
not
way
just
around.
inexperienced.
Okay. Other way around. Who will William Saliba be starting over when he comes in? Gabriel or Ben White?
No one.
Neither.
Neither. He'll be on the bench.
Bro,
Okay.
I think with today's modern game, there's that especially from the defense to the midfield, right-footed players playing on the right side, left-footed players on the left side, having balance within the starting 11. So just going by that, I think his direct competition is Ben White. But bro, look, from time we still have right-footed centre-backs playing on the left side of that centre-back partnership. Bro, either or, I don't care. As long as there's healthy competition,
There'll be injuries
as long as
as
there's
well.
healthy competition, that's all I ask for.
Okay, people. Quick fire. Are Arsenal fans and Barcelona fans close at all? Or personally, I don't like them. What about you?
I hate
I
Don't
don't
know
like
innit?
Barcelona. I don't like Barcelona because they took Henry.
Okay.
Not
Perfect.
just Henry, bro.
They took
Clem,
all people.
Overmars, Petit.
Okay. So guys, now it's time to debate Arsenal Player of the Month. Okay. So Arsenal Player of the Month, we have Mohamed El-Neni. Okay, as one of the candidates, played 2 games, 2 wins, absolutely did well. Granit Xhaka got on the goal sheet, got an assist, and he was integral to both games against Chelsea and Manchester United. Bukayo Saka scored a penalty in both games, and he was integral in those games. Eddie Nketiah started up top, got back the brace versus Chelsea, and had a good performance versus Manchester United where he worked his socks off, got a goal disallowed, and he was still integral to all those games. Now, this is where I am shocked. Personally, looking at these 4, I'm going for Granit Xhaka. Who are you guys going for?
Sorry,
El-Neni.
is this for Player of the Month?
Yes.
I'd go for El-Neni. I think he's done quite well when coming in. And he always does well. I can't remember him having a bad game really. He just does what he says on the tin, doesn't he?
I think Saka does this all the time. Eddie Nketiah definitely deserves respect, but I don't think he's man of the month. I hear the El-Neni shouts and the Granit Xhaka shouts. I think they've been better. But in my opinion, the reason why I'm giving it to Granit Xhaka, one, he has played majority of the games this month. He has been integral to holding down that midfield now that Thomas Partey's been out. He has not only gotten onto the goal sheet, but he showed leadership in these games. He's been at Arsenal for 6 years, guys, and this has probably been the 2 most amazing performances I've seen from him back to back in a long time. He is somebody who is always scapegoated by the fans, but I feel like this month is clear that he's been one of the front runners for Player of the Month. And for somebody who's been here for 6 years, never won a Player of the Month, I'm personally, call it nostalgia, call it sympathy, call it whatever you want to call it. I want Granit Xhaka to get Player of the Month. personally.
Yeah, I agree.
And I want
I agree.
everybody,
I've changed my
everyone,
opinion. I agree with
everybody
you.
out here who's watching this, do me a favor and go and vote for Granit Xhaka for Player of the Month.
And
I'm
he
giving my
he
vote.
scored a season-winning goal. Like not
I
a
get,
season-winning, but a
I know,
season-changing goal.
but
I just gave my vote to Granit Xhaka. Sorry, bro. Let me just finish. I just gave my vote to Granit Xhaka, but all the Egyptians are voting for El Neni. El Neni has a big fan base
vote.
who follows him around and follows Arsenal because of him. So no matter what, he will most likely be the more popular vote. But in my opinion, we should all, as Arsenal fans, try to do the right thing and get Granit Xhaka in. But yeah,
Egal, I'm not Egyptian, but I vote for Mohammed Nazir El Sayed El Neni, bro.
why?
Because again, in the last two performances that he's come in for cover for Partey, he's been amazing, and you can't dismiss that.
And he's been fasting as well.
There you go, Ramadan El Neni, bro.
You see what this is? You know what? Like, you see this? See this list? I'm gonna go check. I'm going to Eddie Nketiah.
Why? Why?
I think he's coming to the team. He's been an absolute revelation. You know, we've finally got a striker that can run him up, chase after the ball. Last two games, I don't think if Lacazette's up front, we're not in the top 4 position. We are not talking about a current Champions League position without Eddie Nketiah. That's a fact.
Okay.
It is a fact.
So same about El Neni.
Okay.
Exactly. So the thing is about this top 4 race is down to fine margins, and right now we're on track to get top 4 down to these fine margins. This one decision that went against us. Let's face it, that United performance, we weren't that good. We got lucky, but it's the small margins in the Premier League, man.
You know what I did? I tweeted underneath the Arsenal tweet. Consider Granit. I know it would mean a lot to him. And then some people got angry and they're like, "Bro, stop influencing people's votes. If he deserves it, he will get it." It's like, relax. I'm just saying, if people want to vote for Granit Xhaka, go vote for Granit Xhaka. If you want to vote for El Neni, go vote for El Neni. EGTV over here, we did our own little poll to see who people want to vote for and who people think should get Player of the Month. And you want to know something? Right now, that poll has 557 people who voted, and 42% have voted for Xhaka. 29% have voted for Saka, and 23% have voted for El Neni. Only 6% have voted for Eddie Nketiah. But yeah, Aslan said he's giving it to El Neni. Saracen has said he's changing his vote to Xhaka. Ben said Xhaka. And it seems like, Sam, you've gone for Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why did you say it that way, bro? Why did you say it that way?
No, you've gone for Eddie Nketiah. That's who your vote is. There's no problem with that. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone who's come on. Big up Tom. Big up the gentleman who came on who never wanted to show his face and then exit the screen. I don't know who you were. Harry who joined. Big up Sean who joined. Big up everybody who joined. Thank you guys. We're just gonna wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Big up to people in the comment section. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And this is just kind of like a little call-in show. I don't do this all the time, but I did this because there's some guy who called me out and he said he's going to come on the stream next time and he's nowhere to be found. But next time, bro, you better come on. Peace out, guys.